You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, there are 24,000 of you guys on the line with us tonight. Performance. So yesterday's Wall Street Journal carried a front page story titled "Unstable Pay Becomes Ever More Common." The article explained that not only is job security probably the most worrisome problem in America these days, there is still yet another factor that even the survivors of job cuts have to be concerned about. According to the story, now cropping up is another feature of the restructured American workplace, one that applies to the survivors: growing wage insecurity or instability. Instead of seeing their paychecks grow every year, workers are now facing base salary freezes. Pay increases are being linked directly to productivity or profit gains. The bottom line is that workers are no longer being paid just to show up. More than ever before, pay is being determined by performance. Now, while I'm sure there are a lot of problems involved in actually measuring performance for different types of workers, for the most part, this trend toward performance-based pay is very positive development. Well, for some, positive for workers, for consumers, for company profits, and for the economy as a whole. The complexity of modern life often serves to disconnect workers from the ultimate fruit of their efforts. Back 100 years ago, the relationship between the work and the reward was much more evident than it is today. If you were a farmer, you plowed and planted and nurtured your crop, and at harvest time, you had your reward. This served to reinforce a strong work ethic. Today, the rewards are much more subtle. The insurance form processing clerk never personally sees the lives that are saved and the diseases that are cured by the healthcare workers whom her work supports. The worker in the semiconductor factory might even build a computer chip that's used in a computer that's bought by a newspaper reporter who uses it to write a story on toxic waste dump that's poisoning children. And as a result of the story, the dump is cleaned up and an enormous amount of disease and suffering is avoided. How can the computer chip worker ever possibly imagine what the fruits of his labor might be? Performance-based pay makes us all entrepreneurs if you really think about it, even in music. You can receive a lot of benefits when you're a musician and you're working super hard, you're grinding hard, as they always say, 100% grind. And then your grind starts to pay off little by little. That's where performance-based pay really comes from. It reestablished the link between work and the reward, and that has positive implications throughout society. While it may be unsettling for some not being able to count on a reliable paycheck, it is a tremendous opportunity for those who are willing to work hard and to make a commitment to excellence. Take it from me, Dini.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us, or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab that from Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
So I don't want to keep 24,000 of you guys waiting any longer, right? No, let's dive deep into the interview. Tonight's interview is the Difference interview, and I am definitely your host, Dini-Mussolini. So, guys, I'm definitely inviting you all to check out the pretty wicked and wise words from the mind behind the music of Difference. Truly a visionary artist. The music of Difference ranges in sound and scope. I'm truly not quite sure what is going to come back through the answers here in this interview, but I know I want to listen just as bad as you guys do. Difference has a very different approach than most, and one that I can appreciate very much. Proud to have him here on our show tonight, and I'm extremely thankful he's taking the time out to talk to us here about the inner mechanics of his latest release, Get the Work, and what drives him to make the astounding amount of music that he makes, fuse his tank, and what has brought him back to music, or put him in music in the first place. So come on and check him out as we dive deep into this interview. There should be some excellent perspectives here on art and music in our time with Difference. And with that, guys, let's welcome him to our show. Difference, you are now live in the mix with all of us. So how is it going, and how are you feeling?
What's going on, man? I'm glad to be on the show. Appreciate y'all having me on.
No doubt, man. How's the weather where you at?
Oh, man, it's hot. It's always hot down here.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Texas, right?
Oh, yeah, Texas.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Difference, man, thank you so much for taking the time to answer a few questions from us. So let's start from the top, man. Give us a bit of a summary of your music career and tell us what inspires you and drives you today.
All right. I started 2 or 3 years ago, really just messing around with a little bit of music stuff. And then within the last year, I really got serious with it, I guess. Decided to make my decision to actually give this whole thing a go. I feel like I could do pretty good at it, have a pretty good message that I want people to hear. So, that's sort of how I got started. It's been a 2 or 3 year deal. And, what really drives me and inspires me, it's sort of a part of my name, why I chose my artist name, Difference. It's really, I guess my goal is to make a difference for other people, maybe not through every single song, but, every lyric I have, it tells a story, it's not just gibberish, you know what I mean? It's something that people can take from, no matter what. So, what really drives me is just to make a difference, in the music industry and other people's lives as well, so.
Definitely. And before we get right into it, let's get a base reading for this whole interview thing. What would you say are the 5 things you know to be 100% true about the music industry right now?
Oh, man. there is tons of competition. It's a super oversaturated area or career, I guess I would put it as. So there's a lot of people involved. Number two is you can't always trust everyone. There's a lot of people out there just like you, just trying to get into the industry, and they're trying to make a quick buck. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Number three would probably be, it takes lots of time, thousands of hours online searching for PR companies. Let me think here. People like with, I guess, like distribution, independent record labels to help you push your music. It takes lots of time to find those things. So that's probably the first three most important, I would say. And then number four, just stick to it, you know what I mean? I mean, there's tons of people out there. You know, anytime someone does something new, people automatically hate on them because it's out of place. I feel like they don't feel like it could be real or reality. So there's tons of people out there that are going to hate on you no matter what you do whenever you branch out and try something that someone else wouldn't. So number four would just be stick with it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And number five is really it's just be you know what I mean? There's millions of artists, or hundreds of thousands of artists, I guess, realistically. And, you know, everyone's not different, you know what I mean? There's a lot of rappers that are the same, I feel like. And, you know, I feel like that's the beauty of it. God made all of us so unique that no one is the same, you know what I mean? So if you just be you, then that, I guess that inspires people to be them as well. And it really makes you unique in the music industry because no one really is like you, you know what I mean? So I guess number five would just be you and, you know, rock it. So.
Definitely, man. That is some great insight, especially going back to the part we said spending thousands of hours online. And I still get these emails and messages today from artists who just post their song on SoundCloud and that's it, and then they're disappointed by the amount of plays they receive. And the number one question is, how much time have you spent pushing it? Oh, I just posted it and, you know, want my Facebook friends to check it out. That's not really promotion, man. Facebook is for, you know, it's for Facebook. Yeah. So, yeah, man, you definitely hit the nail on the head with 1,000 hours online, just researching everything you can, trying to get your music here, get your music there. And it can be like a 9-to-5 job if you really think about it, man. It could be so enduring.
If you're serious about it and you really want to give it a go and give it your best and try and make it in the industry, it's definitely like a 9-to-5. Lots of hours online, lots of hours talking to people, a lot of trial and errors involved. So.
All right. So, how do you though manage to challenge yourself musically and creatively over the time?
Oh man, I really challenge myself to not be repetitive. To not have lyrics that are just saying the same phrase over and over and over, to get it stuck in people's heads, stuff like that. You know, I want to stay creative and have every song sound different, you know what I mean? Some songs are going to have more melody. Some songs will have more, I guess, of a hard type of hip-hop rap. You know, some songs will be a little more auto-tuned. Some will be less auto-tuned. It's more natural voice, you know what I mean, raw sound. So, I don't know, I really just push myself to be creative and having everything that I do be different than the last thing, you know what I mean, to where people always have something new to thrive off of.
Definitely. I mean, your name is different, so I can imagine you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself just from your name alone. Do you feel any pressure in your, like, creativity department?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's sort of like you're in an industry that's full of, I wouldn't say like corrupt language, but like a lot of things that aren't always inspiring or making a difference in someone else's life, you know what I mean? Not just talking about drugs or chasing money and cars and stuff like that, you know, and really my name difference is to make a difference, you know, and when I say I want to make a difference, I want to make a positive difference, you know what I mean? And like, I guess it sort of puts a lot of pressure on me because you want to fall into the trap of the mainstream sound and the mainstream lyrics, but those aren't always inspiring and what really pushes me or motivates me to make music, you know what I mean? So it puts a lot of pressure on me because I don't want to fall into all that. So.
All right. So because your music and sound change styles and shift sometimes, I'm wondering about your writing process. I'm wondering the sense of releasing a project, or maybe even working on one. Do you focus on a particular sound or style, or create a whole ton of songs and then try to make them work like in a cohesion? How does it work for you?
Yeah, really, when I sit down and I'm ready to create, I could go through 100 or 200 beats in one day, you know what I mean? Just listening and trying to find a melody for a hook, you know what I mean? I always start with my hook. I guess sort of depends on if I want it to be, a banger, if I want it to be more melody type of feel. So really, I guess I could go through one beat, you know what I mean? The first beat I could turn on, I could love, and that's it right there. And whatever I sort of vibe with on the hook, you know what I mean? After I write the hook, it usually takes me about an hour or so to write a hook. Then I start piecing in the verses and everything to sort of fit the style of the hook, if that makes sense. So sort of listen to the beat and then figure out the hook, and then once I get the hook, everything's good to go from there. It just takes a long time to write and get all my words exactly how I want them.
Yeah. I can attest to that. I have a friend who does the opposite. He'll get the beat, write the verses, and then do his hook later. Have you ever done anything like that?
Oh, man, I really haven't. I mean, everyone has a different style of writing or a different style of anything when it comes to being creative, I feel like. But I don't know. I just feel like the hook is the vibe of the song, you know what I mean? And if I can figure out the message of the song, then I can piece in the verses according to what the hook is saying or how it's flowing, you know what I mean?
Definitely agree with that. So what's the future looking like for the next phase of Difference? You just dropped your project, or you got your release, Get the Work Out, and that's only half the battle. So what is the future looking like for you now?
Yeah, I dropped Get the Work a couple months ago. It's doing good. It's almost reached 30,000 plays already, just on Spotify alone. It's on YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal, Google Music or Google Play, all that type of stuff. So it's done good so far coming out of the gate. I just released another song. It's called My City. You can check it out on Spotify as well. Just look up The Difference. So that's my next single, and I plan on dropping a couple more singles throughout the next few months just to keep continuing to build my fan base. Mm-hmm. And, once people hear my music, I feel like a lot of them will enjoy it, you know what I mean, and like what I'm having to say and everything. So hopefully it'll continue to grow my fan base, and then eventually I'll drop an EP later in the year, and then hopefully I'll drop my debut album probably about a year from right now. So that's sort of the plan as of now. I'm throwing a few music videos here and there, you know what I mean, to get a visual aspect of what I'm trying to say in my songs. So that's basically the plan in the future that I have set right now for myself. So
all right, cool. And I want to ask you about music videos, but I'll leave that later on. Right. So we just mentioned Get the Work is out, and you kind of went personal into your business for this one. So let's talk about that for a second. What was the inspiration for it, and what is this particular record all about?
I mean, Get the Work is it's sort of, I guess you would say it's sort of a everyday life type of thing for me. It takes you through what I do, you know what I mean? My business type model is get the work, flip the work, you know what I mean? It's a pretty common idea for most business people. So get the work, flip the work is just how I make my money and stuff like that, and then takes you into I guess it's more of foreshadowing thoughts, because I'm not into a lot of performing right now, but it's talking about when I get on stage, you know what I mean, I'm with all my boys, and when it's showtime, you know what I mean? That's what I'm all about, you know what I mean? So basically it's about my everyday life, you know what I mean? And in the second verse, it talks a little bit about how a lot of people talk about it, they're going to do this, do that, behind closed doors, you don't really see them doing all that work they said they were, you know what I mean? And that's sort of the people I try and avoid in the music industry, because I've ran across a lot of them that say they can do this and do that. And, in all reality, they don't do anything they say. You know what I mean? They're all talk. That's sort of the second verse and everything. But I guess that's sort of what the song's about. I mean, in a quick summary, I won't go into all the details, but as y'all hear it, you'll be able to see what I'm saying.
Definitely. And from your perspective, how seriously do you do you take your music, and how do you avoid becoming too wrapped up in the particulars of the industry and taking it all too seriously?
Okay. I mean, I would say, okay, I've been doing this for a while, but the last year and a half, well, maybe really just the last year, I decided to take this thing so serious that it was my first priority almost all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, I always got to keep my priorities straight, but the music is way up there in the top,
Yeah.
So it's always been an important thing to me in my life. Never been in the position where I could start making music until recently, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity. You know what I mean? It's been a great thing so far, but I mean that's really all there is to that, I would say. Yeah, that's probably all I got on that. So
Definitely. So you mentioned doing music videos later for the the visual aspect of everything, and that you're not doing many performances. And I think it's all because the shroud of mystery concerning your image or what you look like. So my next question, in terms of imagery and music, how important is it for your image to be tied to the music to be successful, in your opinion, at least by your own definition?
I'm not necessarily hiding my image because I don't want to be seen. I'm not doing shows because I don't want to be seen. It's really the whole image thing is to me, music is what you hear. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a different world nowadays, and a lot of people won't listen to someone because they look like this, or they wear that, or they do this. You know what I mean? And if people can really just focus on the music and what I'm trying to say at the beginning, that's when real fans are created. You know what I mean? Real fans are people that feel you and what you're saying. You can relate to them. So, really, I mean, my image, it's really all a part of marketing also, keeps the mystery of who is this guy, you know what I mean? This dude has, I don't know, in the future, 5 hits, over 1 million plays, you know what I mean? But no one knows who he is. Who is he? You know what I mean? And then before my debut album, I can let everyone see what they've been listening to, if that makes sense. Put a face to a name. So it's really just to build a fan base as far as lyrics and my style of music before they even have to worry about what I look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You said 5 years. You think it's going to be that long before you start revealing?
Oh, no, I said later in the year.
Okay.
Before I release my album.
Definitely. All right. So when people close their eyes and listen to your music, and this goes back to, the whole image thing, because like you said, fans, they want to feel a part of things. They don't have to see your face if they're your super fans, put it that way. What would you hope they would see, or where would your music take them in their mind's eye?
Oh, man. I'll talk about this particular release, Get the Work. I mean, if you close your eyes and listen to the song, it's like, I feel like they'll imagine themselves pulling into their city, you know what I mean? Getting whatever type of work they're involved with, flipping the work, or doing whatever type of work they do, you know what I mean? And then, I guess headed onto stage is sort of where it takes you. Like, as I'm drinking my water with my whiskey, hand it to my girl, and I hop on stage, you know what I mean? And whenever I get on stage, it's showtime. Just like I said earlier. So I guess it'd put them in the position of they're listening to it, and man, they're on stage, you know what I mean? It's showtime. Everyone's yelling at them. That type of feel. So I'd say that's what I would picture whenever I listen to it. If I have my eyes closed, just painting a picture for myself. So
definitely. All right, so I'm definitely interested in the do-it-yourself aspect of what you create. And one of the hardest things that I've had to learn as a solo artist myself is when to cut myself off in the studio, you know, when enough is finally enough and I've already sung or rapped my best. Sometimes my tendency with no one else around is to, you know, spend too much time on a track, overthinking it, reworking it, remixing it, you know, blah, blah, blah. What I want to know from you, though, is how do you do it? How do you know when your songs are fully completed?
I'll sort of answer two parts of your question. You know, it's whenever you're making anything, you know, within art, you know, music's an art form, you know, you're painting your own picture through words. It's easy to get caught up in, man, this doesn't sound right, or the more you listen to it, you want to change it. You know, you always can find something that you don't like in the song, and you can always keep working and changing stuff. And really, you just got to go with your gut, you know, and whenever you hear something good, stick to it instead of worrying about it and changing things, because a lot of the times, you know, something that you don't think is that good is someone's favorite part. You know, so that can eliminate a lot of time in the process of writing a song. You know, just stick to what you know and what you put out. You know, if it sounds good, you know, just leave it on there. Don't stress too much about changing anything. The other thing is when I know a song's completely finished, mainly I worry about the hook, and then I worry about the verses, and I make sure, you know, before I write a song, I usually have 10 to 12 things I want to put in the song somewhere, not actual lyrics. So then I guess I can form lyrics around those words that, you know, that I want to include in the song to make it, I guess, sound the way I want it to. And once I get that done, I really just focus on how it flows from the chorus into the verse, and then, you know, from the verse into the chorus. Whenever it all flows good and everything sounds good, the melody's on point, and you know, all the rhythm and timing is right, then that's when it's done to me. You know, send it off to get it mixed and mastered. So
definitely. All right, brother, websites. We are, after all, here to help promote your music. So can you all let us know where we can send people to find more about you and your music online?
Yeah, all the social medias, well, not all of them, but I mean the main ones. On Twitter and Instagram, my username is _1difference. So _1 difference. And, you know, you can find everything about me or what's going on those Instagram and Twitter pages. So that's a good place to keep up with me and my music or releases or where I'm at, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And then I also have a Facebook page. It's basically the same thing. It's the same username and everything like that. So Facebook, I would say I'm not on as much as the other ones. I feel like Twitter's pretty heavy in the music industry, so I focus on that a lot. But that's a good place to find all my stuff. And then I also have a web page. It's called differencetheartist.com. And it's also got all of my stuff. And here in the future, it'll have a lot more of my, you know, whenever I get onto like shows and tour dates, it'll have all that on there as well. So in the future, just stay posted with that website.
Cool deal. And just in case you didn't catch all of that, we have those links in the description of the show. All right, so, man, you made it to the end. This is the Vigilantes Radio open floor. Well, almost to the end. This is a place and a moment for you to say anything else at all that you would like to, or bring up anything that I missed. And, again, thank you for coming on the show and taking out the time to talk to us. So the best for you in 2017. But at this time now, man, you have the open mic.
All right, appreciate it. First off, I just want to say thanks for letting me get on the show. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate shout out to Starlight PR. They've done a lot for me. They're upcoming artists. You should definitely check them out. That's Starlight PR. You know, and anyone that's listening out there, I guess the one thing I'd like to say is just stick to what you're doing. You know what I mean? Whenever you find something you enjoy, stick to it. You know, not that many people nowadays follow their dreams. You know, they're scared of what people will think, or if it won't make them enough money at first. You know, everything pays off if you work hard enough at it for a long time. So just stick to what you're doing if you're chasing a dream, and if you're not, you really should. You know, it makes life enjoyable. So that's the one piece of advice I'd have for anyone out there. And I guess my last thing is just thanks for letting me come out and be on the show, and I enjoyed getting to speak a little bit in front of all y'all, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Definitely difference. Guys, after the music break, we'll be back to put the difference in our traditional hot seat to either hear some good old singing, maybe a poem or two, spoken word, maybe have a freestyle rap for us, or a joke, a story, or maybe he can play a live instrument. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. So when we come back, we'll find out if he have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry. But for right now, here is the difference. Get the work.
Get the work, flip the work, girl, you know I got 2 phones, you can hit up both lines. Yeah, hit up both lines. Get the work, flip the work, girl, you know I got 2 phones, you can hit up both lines. Yeah, I get you there real quick, I don't need no time. 100 miles an hour like there's no road signs. Anyone that's in my way, yeah, I'ma blow by. I pick you up in like 10 and we don't have more time. Hop up in my wheel, girl, you know I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. It's showtime in the city, and my girl is rocking with me. Mix my water with my whiskey. When I'm on stage, she says she miss me. And that's why I'ma always keep doing what I'm doing. Keep moving how I'm moving. Like a 70s baby, the way I'm grooving. So you need to roll with me. In my brand new whip, where you're supposed to be. On that all black upholstery. Turn the jams on, get close to me. Cause you know I will always keep you with me like my 4-5. I know that you ain't messing with them broke guys. That's why when I hit the city, you know I get the work, flip the work, girl, you know I got 2 phones, you can hit up both lines. Yeah, I get you there real quick, I don't need no time. 100 miles an hour like there's no road signs. Anyone that's in my way, yeah, I'ma blow by. I pick you up in like 10 and we don't have more time. Hop up in my wheel, girl, you know I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. So tell me what you know about chasing that dream and flipping the hoes. What you know about working till you get all the dough. What you know about walking in and getting all the... Boy, I promise you that you never do anything that you said, cause you ain't able to. You a lame one instead, and you a fable too. But me, I'm getting that break, teach you a thing or two. But now you ain't tryna run it up with me. Now you ain't even keeping up with me. A chick hit my phone tryna keep me company. But me, I got a girl, I don't need her dumping me. That ain't what I'm about. She the one that I think about when I'm riding round. And she know when I hit her phone and it's going down. But first you know what I gotta do when I hit the town. Get the work, flip the work, girl, you know I got 2 phones, you can hit up both lines. Yeah, I get you there real quick, I don't need no time. 100 miles an hour like there's no road signs. Anyone that's in my way, yeah, I'ma blow by. I pick you up in like 10 and we don't have more time. Hop up in my wheel, girl, you know I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime. Yeah, showtime. I'm ready to get it because it's showtime.
I mix my water with vodka, you know it's showtime. All right, we are back. Guys, do you have positive, successful affirmations that you tell yourself every day? Well, I do, and I want to share a few of those with you right now. My life is an exciting adventure filled with opportunities and rewards. My life overflows with all kinds of good. My mind has unlimited power. Now today I conform to my highest ideals. The demands of life awaken the greatness that lies within me. The power within me helps create my life the way I want it to be. All right.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.